exciting today we have Trade with the Voice, the founder of Trade with the Voice, Mr. Kelvin Han, with us, that we would like to find out about his entrepreneur journey, right? And Kelvin, very nice for you to be with us today, right? And we would like to find out this entrepreneur journey, has it been very exciting and challenging?
Well, let's put it this way. I've been in the market for probably 22 years. Right. So this journey, I have my fair share of ups and downs. And challenge, obviously there are. Trading is not meant for everyone. It is something that you must understand that you're basically fighting yourself, putting yourself in a position or same level with George Soros, Warren Buffett, John Paulson, all these guys. So you really need to really do your homework and get yourself prepared. In fact, it's a very challenging game. It's as crazy as going for a competition, a football match, that type of physical challenge, mental challenge. Yeah, indeed, it's not an easy ride, in fact.
Understood. It is like, but being an entrepreneur is like, what's the difference between like trading and running a business? Because you also run like a school, right? Academy, trading school.
Okay. Yeah. So let's put it this way. Now, I've been a trader for 22 years, so definitely I have amassed quite a bit of experience in the market. And I do see a fair share of people coming forward to learn. But after a while later, I realized that they may not really understand how to stay long in this game. So what happened is I'm trying to train it, and then look, if you're talking about limited capital and you want to trade, but with time being spent with family members and your own work, it's going to be rather impossible to achieve that type of results compared to a professional trader. So as a matter of fact, that's why I realized that if I can train them with the right proper system and the technique, then after that I actually ask them to go forward to become a tradepreneur, whereby you actually go into social trading networking. So like that, right, your capital, you can stay small or relatively acceptable for yourself, but let your result do the talking. And once your result is there, now there's lots of people who's willing to actually follow you. Because in this market, to make about 5 to 10%, it seems to be easy. But to do it for a long haul, it takes a lot of discipline. Hence, if you can do it, alright, then obviously more and more people will come forward. And that's why I'm very pleased to work with Mirami, because they are able to really come out a solid platform to actually allow my own students to just come in, observe, and then tag to the good traders. And like that itself, they get passive income without really getting themselves into the tussle of not able to be online or watch the market, get emotional build up and all these challenges. Right? While the traders, they just have to do a couple of hours of trading, obtain the 5 to 10%. I think that's relatively good. Right? So it becomes that the trader will get what they want in terms of monetary gain, and for the people who tag on, right, they get what they want with passive income. So it becomes like it gels pretty well, and that's why I believe that this is the right way to go for trading as a whole.
Right. I think it's a win-win situation for the trading community, right? And also that, thank you for sharing this aspiring vision of this together with the Mirami social community. In fact, quite talk about in town, like Trade with the Boys. The system itself, like, is it really following the trail of the boy to maybe check out the opportunity and take some strides?
Okay, now the thing is that in the early part of my trading career, we try to, as always, all traders, we will try to forecast the boys, try to predict the market, try to be ahead of the boys. End of the day, we must understand that no matter how many years of experience we gather, right, this market has been there for 300 years. They have already been there long enough. So if you're telling me that you're going to try to reinvent the wheel, I don't think it's really possible. So after many years of hard knocks, I put it this way, I realized that it's much easier to just follow them. And when we say follow them, it's literally let them go first, and we go from the back. That means that we just hug them, like teddy bear, we hug behind them. So even when they swing around, right, you just imagine yourself, you're just hugging a big bear. Even the bear trying to move around, or a big bull, right? As long as you hold it tight, end of the day, they will still let you follow them. And then that is where regardless of bull or bear, it'll be easier. Rather than you try to forecast the next move of a bear and a bull, think about it. So it's much more sensible. That's why we decided that this is the right pathway. So in 2016, we decided that this is the right time now. We infused our technical expertise into a software, and we tried to coin this called Trade with the Boys. So literally follow what they do, and as they go, we just follow, right? And of course, with that happening, we are not really very well known like other schools. They do a lot of marketing. We do pretty low profile. We just get our students through referrals, and of course the referral speaks volume, because when you are good, people will tend to introduce to other people. So we grow from this way, and at the moment now, our Trade with the Boys Facebook page, we have about nearly 89,000 followers. Wow. I think we are one of the biggest in this Southeast Asia.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I think the Trade with the Boys terms itself is really catchy, right? The system. Just curious, the Trade with the Boys system can apply in any markets?
Well, because our system is not a plug and play, there's not like RSI, stochastic, you just plug in and you can trade immediately. Every market has its own characteristic, in my opinion. That's just like any market has its own godfather or gardens. So what I need to do is I need to really study every Indonesia market, understand its own characteristic, understand its own behavior, and you have to spend over months. It cannot be like 1-2 days. It's just like even like trying to know your own wife or your own husband, you need to spend time, right? So I spent many months to try to understand the market before we actually even develop a suitable indicator to tag onto it. So I have a short time. The fastest one that I created was this, I think was Nikkei, which we can trade on Nikkei. We took probably about 5 months. The longest one I used was for Hang Seng. Now, Hang Seng, we know it's one of the toughest market. People have been saying that Hang Seng index is like the monster or the crazy guy of Southeast Asia. And people did say before, if you can understand Hang Seng, you can understand most of the world. So that market took me about 1 year and 2 months to really keep on going back, flow to and fro, to basically understand how this guy really moved. And after 1 year and 2 months, I finally, in a way, has done it. In fact, just this morning before this recording was done, I did a live sharing, and I tell people that today Hong Kong was a buy, and now they're making money. So this is the thing that we're able to tell people way beforehand, that market today, what's the probability of going higher or going lower. Now nothing is 100%, nothing is 100%. No way any system can guarantee you today sure make.
Sure.
We are just about probability, but if we can just hug this bear or bull tight enough, we can roughly know this guy want to do what next. That is how the system is being developed. Yeah.
So do I hear correctly that if let's say you kind of monitor the patterns, and it seems to form certain patterns, and it's like your system or indicator would kind of trail the markets that you specify, and with a higher probability of predicting where the trend is going to move towards to.
I think that we have to really understand what is a market. Market is not like an exchange and giving you bid and offer prices. Market is made of human, and human has never changed. Let's be factual here. We may have evolved to be smarter and better, taller, physically, but in terms of our character, right? I think since 16th century until now, we've never changed. We still do the same thing, from the tulip mania to the Wall Street crash, to even the Lehman crisis, and even recently we still behaving the same way.
Right.
So as long as human nature doesn't change, then by theory the market will still move the same way. The players may have changed, put it this way. It's like they may move around, change people, but the consensus why in terms of patterns is there. So as long as our system just keep on reminding you when the market is in this way, you just behave in this manner, you should be safe. So of course, again, it's not carved in stone that it will show be 100% correct. But I would say that we do achieve an average about 70 to 78%, let's put it this way. In terms of accuracy, we have a fair share of losses. We can have strings of losses too, by the way. Some system promises that you will not have losses like in a couple of times. We can have strings of losses. But we will also have strings of very long profits. Right. So that's why the law of averages will just cover itself well.
I think that's very fair, right? It cannot be like every day is a summer, for us, right? But so what would be a good good duration for us to gauge the success of the trader, in your opinion? Because we shouldn't be looking at it like, wow, say every day, then it could be like a little bit of this gambling mentality.
Okay, I think that's a very good question. Well, I've trained easily more than 16,000 people in Southeast Asia, and I have my fair share of brushing shoulders with very good traders, and even have students who became outstanding traders. I have this particular student of mine. She's of all gender, people always thought that the guys are better traders. I can tell you now on recording is that no. In fact, the ladies are better traders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Why?
I should go do trading.
That's so true. That's why you're in the right place for mirroring each other. First of all, let's just be factual here. In a school, you usually do see that the one that obedient, listen to teachers are always the girls, right? In school, right? The boys are always the naughtier ones. Why? Because guys, we have this tendency not to really abide by rules. And there's more rules on us, we try to rebel against it. Okay. So one thing that I observe is that the ladies, they are able to follow rules because when you tell them 1 + 2 = 3, they will hold you on that. And they will follow, because if they follow and it doesn't work, they got a lot of things to explain to other people. Okay? Yeah, but the guys itself, right, will do 1 + 2. They know it could be 3, but they just tell you 4. Just from the spike of it itself, to see whether you're right or wrong. Okay, so to me, I'm not against the guys to succeed in trading, but if you ask me as a trader, being obedient and follow a game plan is very important. And unfortunately, at this moment right now, the ladies are able to do this better. Okay, so this one is try to make sure that you don't get into a wrong idea. Number 2, okay, is that right? Risk management. Now, when it comes to risk management, obviously everybody talks about what 5%, 10%, 20%, in percentage form. I think that is wrong. Now, I think the very important thing is that you have to understand that trading, indeed, will have fair share of profits and comes with losses. And a lot of people cannot accept losses. Now, because once the moment they trade, the first thing in their mind is, okay, I'm expected to win. Because I paid for software, I went for a course, I went through meditation or whatever. Okay. So they expect to win. So the moment the trade doesn't go according to plan, not because they are wrong, but maybe the market at that moment now is not ready. Like example, if you're going to buy a counter, just this particular stock itself, it happened that this very moment hasn't finished its bottoming out, example. And it may pull back a little bit, but you get frightened because you really expect the loss to be there. And that's why they start to cut their losses and stuff like that. Do not in trading. The moment you lose money, it's good to cut losses, but these losses are already part of your P&L. And if you don't accept these losses as part of your game plan, you will see your account growing smaller and you get a lot of emotional panic. So I realized that those who really do very well in trading, they can accept losses as part of it, because they know that after these losses, they will see profits. But the problem is most traders, after they see losses, first they expected profit, then they have to doubt. They'll doubt the system, they'll doubt the individual, the trainers, they will doubt themselves sometimes, and they'll blame everything under the sun.
Yes, I agree.
So, losses have to be part of it, and there shouldn't be self-doubting unless you are not ready. So if you look at it, it's not just about having the right tool. It's a lot of inner self.
Correct.
Yeah, you have to believe in your own system. You have to basically prepare yourself for losses, and you must not be giving up due to losses. And some more about the control of profits. Now, I've been telling people this. If I'm telling you now a system that is like only works 30% of the time, 30%. A lot of individuals say this is a lousy system, right? I think that's a fair judgment. But actually, if you realize this, the very good traders, right, they can lose 7 times small losses, but the 3 times they write big time. I have a student that actually write on a gold position on, I think she used a capital of $50,000 US dollars, and she actually hold the gold position for 300,000 profit.
Wow.
And she's still holding it. I mean, she held it all the way up. And to her is that I have invested, I have my time involved it, and my trading stock is there already. It's a profitable one. So I let the market fluctuates. Now, this type of traders is really one of a kind. But these are really the hallmark of a solid trader, because they understand that if you don't hold your position, right, you can't ride the big wave.
Understand.
Just like the late Jesse Livermore have said, he has so much experience in the market. End of the day, it's only the sitting that give him the money. It's not the in and out, in and out, in and out.
Most traders likes to in and out and get the money first.
Exactly.
I thought they say that's back to profit first then.
Yes, exactly. That is where the point of people saying that, hey, but money in the pocket is the safest, right? Yeah. But the thing is that the problem is that money in the pocket is safest. Yeah, you lock in that profit. But when you see the price going higher, you feel like, hey, I lost that money that you should have hold back longer. And you jump in at the high
enter again
and get hit.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that is something that we all have went through. That's why for our Trader Boy system, we actually emphasize a lot on risk management, but not on where the profit will go. In fact, we advocate this: don't put TP level.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't advocate putting TP level. We advocate ensuring how much you want to risk divides over your entry to your stop loss. So your lot size is always contained based on the risk that you're willing to accept. So that means a trader that risks $100, all right, and a trader that risks $1,000, all right, their entry and the stop loss are the same.
Okay.
Because we're system followers. But the difference is sizing. So the trader who uses $100 for size, he will have a smaller size.
Right.
The one who uses $1,000 a bigger size.
Yes.
But their entry and their stop loss are same. Okay, so what will happen is that, right, along the way as the market escalates, right, let's say they're buying, then what will happen is that the first trader will likely be taking profit and basically exhaust the lot size that he has.
Right.
But the second trader can scale up slowly and take profit along the way up. So the second trader will make more money, even though technically they assume that the second trader risks more money, but not necessary.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we do is that we just advocate that as long as your risk is controlled, let the market run. It's just like if you really hug the bear, and the bear is running downwards, which is like typically bear, you just hug it down because you don't know where the low will be. You just as the price goes lower, you just take some profit along the way down and move your trailing stock downwards. Then like that itself, right, you can capture the entire wave without feeling doing a jump out of the ship like this way. That's how I see it.
Oh, okay. So you actually advocate that with with some indication from your system, probably traders should still ride on the trend. Ride on the trend and do a little bit of this what they call dollar cost averaging or compounding method, something like that.
Okay, dollar cost averaging means you hit average downwards against yourself. We only advocate that if you are buying, we only average upwards.
Average upwards.
That means that you must be must be doing right, then you average. Because when your market is going up and you're buying upwards, right? First of all, you are in the right direction. Number two, your base entry is already in profitable area.
Okay.
So the emotional will be totally different. But if it's the other way around, right? If you buy at $1 and then the price goes to 90 cents, you think that it's cheap, you buy more. Then what will happen is that if the price goes to 80 cents, that is where a lot of things can go very wrong.
I see, okay.
Yeah, so that's why we don't advocate that. We only do positive averaging.
Okay. Without setting TP, then we will have to stare at the screen.
Oh, that is true. That's why, again, as a hallmark of a trader. Without putting TP, yes, indeed, you do actually let the market has to let it run as much. But of course, you probably, if not on screen, you may not sell at the highest level. But that's not what we are trying to advocate trader. Because no one can sell at high. And even let's say I let you sell at the highest level for today, you probably get applause from 1 or 2%. It doesn't change much. But then again, if you miss and you let it run more, I think the profit will be the one thing that you really can really prefer, put it this way. So that's why we tell traders this: look, we won't know how high the market will go. We just let the market run as much as you can, and you just keep on shifting stop loss. So we actually have a lot of time. We actually get stopped out by the market, but in a positive way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Positive, still in profit lah.
Yes, of
and
course.
Net position still in profit. That's clear.
Yes, correct. Because when you are
Okay.
positive, you will be much more able to continue your trading.
Yes. Is how far we can scale higher before we actually finally back the profits lah. Right?
No, that means that we're talking about, let's say you buy $1, you go to $1.20, right? We put our stop loss from already initially at 90 cents, we move it to $1.10. So we let the market goes up. If the market really pulls back to $1.10, we get trail off, right? We still lock in 10 cents for it.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, let's take a break and we'll expound further with Kelvin on the second part of our interview.
Thank you.